doing a session on real estate as well. My apologies, Nora. Please welcome Nora. Nora holds the category of social media in the group. Her business is Trusted Socials. She's been in business for 4 years and credits her success to showing up consistently, patience in the process, and gratitude. Nora lives in Red Hook with her husband Daniel and their 2 boys, Andreas and Sebastian. Her hobbies and interests include travelling, learning, business, psychology, and dancing. And Nora's previous jobs include equity analyst for Commonwealth Private Bank and relationship manager for Wellington Management. And her burning desire is to create a value-based business that helps improve the lives of others and leave a lasting legacy. And now I'll hand over to you, Nora, if you could let us know something that nobody knows about you.
About 15 years ago, I got to do a defensive driving class. And I got to whip around one of the race courses in Sydney and hit 200 k's an hour. It was really exhilarating, so I really enjoyed that. All right, thank you. Oh, wrong way. All right, so today we're going to be doing a session on how you can use the power of ChatGPT and AI to create content and art. But before we do, I'll just give an overview of what social media looks like today. So there are only 4.9 billion of us using social media, with about 2.9 of us using Facebook the most. YouTube is the next rated or most popular platform. We're finding that most people spend over 2 hours a day on their device just staring at it, and the short form content is what really resonates, and most people, as you would suspect, are using their mobile phone. So before we can dive into AI content, it's really important to understand what is your goal when it comes to social media. Do you want to increase the engagement? Do you want to build a tribe? Do you want to just get more followers, or do you want leads and you need them quickly? Depending on what your outcome is, will determine whether you use organic, which is a slower beast, or you're using Facebook ads or any other paid advertising to get leads in quickly. Once you know what your goals are, you then take a look at what your topics are. I recommend max 6. So you want to talk about the services that you offer, talk about what they are. You might talk about the software you use, the clients that you service, and promotions that you want to talk about your business and kind of spruik them up. If you're not sure what people ask you, you can take a look at Google and have a look at the section where it has people also asked, and that can give you content ideas of what to talk to. Okay. ChatGPT, what is it? So very basically, it's essentially similar to Siri, but it uses OpenAI to leverage all of the content that's on the website. Microsoft's ChatGPT is using data up to September 2021, so it's getting a little bit old in terms of internet data. And the important thing to note is that you don't always want to trust everything that comes out of it. It's still learning. By using it as a chatbot, it lets you kind of talk to it, give it more information, and then become an iterative process. So you don't want to just use a one dump prompt and expect it to give you great results. You need to teach it and it will learn what you're after. Okay, so if you want to take pictures of some of the slides so you can reuse it later, you're welcome to. But essentially, I like to use a very simple tool or simple requests when I'm creating content. So either facts or quotes, or maybe if I've got a block in terms of engagement posts, asking your audience questions, it can help you there. In this instance, I've told it that it's a bookkeeper, an expert one, and I want, in a friendly, warm tone, 20 facts for an Instagram quote for my social media for the benefits of using a bookkeeper. I've asked for no emojis and also no quotes. What is equally important with working with ChatGPT is to tell it what you don't want, not just what you do. And similarly, for the 20 posts that we're going to write for engagement, you want it to be funny and engaging so you actually get comments back from your audience. Some of the tips I like to keep in mind from my experience working with ChatGPT is that you really want to be very clear about what you're trying to achieve. So always ask ChatGPT to ask you questions so it can know your audience, your needs, your goals, and then any other pieces of information it might be missing. And at the end of a very big prompt, I always ask, do you understand? And then it will paraphrase what you've written and make sure that you understand what you're after. Sometimes you can give it too much information and it kind of goes off on a tangent and it's not helpful. So yeah, the best prompts tell you tell it who it's acting as, be it a CEO or an expert marketer or an expert bookkeeper in this case. You explain the goal, you list all the services that you do provide so it's got context, and then get it to ask you questions. Now, these are some of the outputs that we've got. It's pretty good from just one-off prompt with no context. You probably can't see it at the back, so I'll just read one of them. A bookkeeper brings clarity to your finances, helping you see the bigger picture. They help you set realistic financial goals and then guide you towards them. My favourite engagement post is tea or coffee, what fuels your long business hours? Do you handle Monday blues, dance party, or extra strong coffee? So it depends what your audience is. And the important thing too, when you're doing social media posts for your audience, you want to teach them to engage with you. You don't just want to push content out and they're not going to engage. You want to teach them that. So it's important to have that. Now we've got a list of 40 prompts or 40 statements that we can put into our social media. We can then use that in Canva AI. So we save all that information into a CSV file and we use the bulk create content creation tool in Canva. So down the bottom here, there's bulk create. We upload the CSV. Once we've found the template and we've put your brand colors, we connect essentially and connect the CSV to Canva, and then you'll have 20 of these professional looking posts to go out. I find if you create 20 at a time, it's great. You've got 20 weeks worth of content for these different topics that you do. For every topic that you do, I recommend changing the template of the post so that it looks different and doesn't just get boring for your audience. This is a really cool one that I want to share with you today, which is Canva's AI. So I'm sure you've heard of Midjourney and some of the other prompts, but you can now get AI art. But when you're a beginner, I always recommend starting with Canva, and it's called Magic Media. Here you can put in a really simple prompt, and in this one it was just create an image of a business owner looking frazzled to do books. The key to engaging social media is changing the content with which you deliver, so you do some short form video. You can get ChatGPT to give you some ideas of what to talk to, but you can also have these static posts and pictures to complement what you do. Big word of warning, caution with AI, it's still learning. So sometimes the pictures will come up that won't be suitable to your brand. So here we go with some of the content that's come up with. My particular favourite one would have to be this guy. I'm not quite sure what's happened to his face or teeth. And then the other one would have to be this guy. I have a client that is a honey producer, and I don't know how many digits that guy's fingers hand has. But anyway, you always want to make sure you take a close look because it obviously represents your brand, but it's pretty funny. So if I was to use an image, it would definitely be the gentleman in the middle, or maybe even the cartoon for this client to say, you know, don't be like this, connect with them emotionally, get me to help you with your business. About trusted socials, we do a number of things for social media. I always recommend clients start with a social media strategy. It helps them understand where they are right now, where the competitors are, what goals they should have, and then it lays out what content plan they should have. We also take a good look and see what engagement strategy they should have. Should it be proactive or reactive? And then put that together to make sure we're hitting the goals for their client. We do social media management. There are a lot of business owners that don't want to be in the weeds of social media every day, creating the content, creating engaging posts, spending time on the platform, engaging with the audience, and then doing all the analytics and reporting. We help with that. I also help out with paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram so that you can get leads much quicker. That can be to growing in an email list, or it could just be for getting calls in for people looking to sell a house or buy your service. For those who are not sure what they need, I can also help out with power hours and a new business bundle where I set up their Facebook pages or Instagram page so that there's a clear call to action and people know what to do when people recommend you. For trusted socials, my ideal clients come into these three aspects. Essentially someone that doesn't have time for marketing but knows the value of growing a social following so that people are aware of their brand. They want to use Facebook ads but find it confusing between the pixels, conversions, leads and traffic. They want to use it but they're not sure how to harness that power. And then people that are starting a business. It's always great to have the right setup so that when people come to their page, they know they're there to do business and are a trusted page. It's always helpful, thank you, to know what a business does, but I think it always speaks volume when you see their case studies. I've had the privilege of working with Simon with Eastview Advisory, where we grew his goal is brand awareness, and we grew his followers by 913%. Currently working with Two Pops Honey. They're a local honey organic producer, highly recommend them. And we're growing their followers, but more importantly, we want to get more leads in from a commercial aspect of business leads, and they've had 5 come through while growing their brand with the community. And that's over the last 2 months. And then we all know Eddie from Newcastle Legal. I've been working with him for the last 1.5 months. He's had a follower growth of 49%, sorry, I'm dyslexic, and leads of 8 leads, looking after his LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube channels. And that's really it. So I'll just end with the reviews. I really love working with people. I've got a large amount of experience in funds management, but at the heart of it, I love helping people and I love seeing people succeed. I'm really fascinated about how different businesses work and making sure we find the ideal client for you so that you grow your following. And that's that. Thank you.
Thanks, Nora. And as Nora said, Nora's been great for our business and highly recommend her services. So please book in a one-to-one if you haven't already.